The man was eating when his chair was bumped, but he still apologized first. The other man immediately found him an easy target, so he drank the beer in one gulp. He emptied the jar of wine and threw it to the man. Even if insulted like this guy still doesn't want to cause trouble. He had just returned from abroad and was anxious to go home to see his wife, so he tried to pay the bill and leave. But suddenly, the waiter stopped him, said they hadn't paid the next table's bill yet. Just when he was confused about this, another person spoke. "You just bumped into me and spilled my drink," he said. "You'll treat me to this meal as an apology." Apparently, someone hit him, but now he's not just helping pay the bills. The other party also forced him to buy a membership card worth 2 million yuan. Even said firmly, "Even if you don't know me, you should also show some respect to the Gu Group where I work." What he didn't know was that the Gu Group, in fact, it is a company that a man entrusts to his wife to manage before going abroad. The man asked what the relationship between the bully and the Gu Group was. Then he heard another shocking secret. "The president of Gu Group? That's my wife," the domineering guy boasted. "Are you scared now?" The man couldn't believe his ears. As soon as he returned home, his wife called to ask when he would arrive. She even said she was making his favorite seafood porridge at home, so he still held on to a glimmer of hope and picked up his phone to call to confirm. But the bullies thought he was calling for backup. He snatched the phone and threw it away. Then he called his staff over loudly. They pounced on the guy and started beating him. The man shouted, "I am the husband of the president of Gu Group. If you don't believe me, call her now to confirm." The bullies thought he had lost his mind from the beatings. To prove that they are legitimate, he actually took out his cell phone and made a call. Soon, a voice came from the other end of the phone. "Dear, what's wrong?" The bully affectionately calls the other party's wife. Then came an ambiguous voice from the other end of the phone. "Why do you miss me after just a while?" When the man actually heard his wife's voice, he was trembling with anger. He never imagined that his wife would use his money to support such a parasite. But he did not reveal his true identity. He just wanted to see what his wife would do next. Soon the wife used her connections to call the hotel manager. Let him come and defend the bully. But when the managers see who they are about to mess with, he was so frightened that he could hardly move, because he knew at a glance that the man was the president of Gu Group. The bully saw that his orders were ineffective. He called his wife again for help, but the manager completely ignored the lady's request. This made the woman furious. She said she would take care of the matter herself and make the man who messed with her pay the price. But before she showed up, she called the man. "Hey, honey, I had an emergency at work and can't come pick you up," she said. "I'll take a cab home in a bit, okay?" The man couldn't believe it. She actually prioritized this parasite over meeting him. So he played dumb. He wanted to see how this would end. With the arrival of backup, the bully became bolder. In order to teach this guy a lesson, he snatched the Mutai liquor he brought back from abroad, pour out all the Mutai inside. When he picked up the second bottle of wine, the man warned him, "This bottle of wine will make you bankrupt." At first, the bully didn't believe him. He thought it was only a few thousand yuan at most. But when his people checked it, they found it was worth 50 million renminbi. The bully was so frightened that he called his wife for help. He says someone is trying to blackmail him and asks her to come quickly. The woman was also surprised. She knew that this parasite must have offended a big shot, but she still thought she could handle it, because she is the president of Gu Group. So she rushed to the scene to see who dared to mess with her man. As soon as she appeared, the freeloader came running over to complain. "Baby, you're finally here. This guy just messed with me," he said. "Hurry up and show him who's the boss in Zhangcheng." But when a woman sees the true face of this man, she was so frightened that she froze. She screamed, "Husband?